Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at Sir James Douglas School talking to Sara Cassidy about her new book, Seen Orange. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, James Green introduces us to some young, aspiring singer-songwriters. And Dan is throwing pies for charity. And we head to Port Alberni, where there's an exciting new idea floating around that could give the economy a big boost. All that and much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us on Go Island. Aren't we lucky to live in this beautiful part of the world where it's not only naturally beautiful, but there are so many incredibly talented people, writers, brilliant children writers like Sara Cassidy, who not only has written a very good book called Seen Orange, but the book has been nominated for a BC Children's Book Award, the Chocolate Lily Award, which I have to say is a great name for an award. It is. Sarah, you know I'm a huge fan. I met you years ago when you won the postcard contest for writing a very, very short story, which I thought was brilliant. And over the years, it's just been so fun to see your work and see it grow. And of course, your mom, Carol Shields, is still one of my favorite writers of all time. I've reread Stone Diaries, I think, like 5 times. I've read her memoirs. I've read all her letters. I feel like I know Sarah from the time she was a little girl. But you know, this is such a beautiful book. Tell me a little bit about how this, even this location helped sort of fill the pages of this book.
Well, it helped in many ways. It is what I had in mind as I wrote the book. So it gave me the architecture for where this boy was going, where his class was. He has a lot of trouble getting to school these days. He's in grade 2, the main character, Leland. And his teacher is quite frustrated with him because Leland is very imaginative and also an excellent drawer and artist, painter. But he's not so quick with writing because he gets quite distracted. And his teacher is quite frustrated and is keeping him in at recess. So I imagined, you know, I know the classrooms and I know the playground that he would have been looking at through the window while all the other children were outside playing. He has so much trouble getting to school that he's actually conjured a seeing eye dog, an imaginary seeing eye dog named Delilah, who comes and pulls him into the school when he's slowed right down in the playground.
Oh my God.
So yes, I didn't have to think much about setting. It was all here. I know I've been in and out of this school for 10 years.
And you are a great writer, and as all great writers know, there's key locations if you want to get great characters and great ideas. Airports, ride the city bus, come to a school ground. You just stand here because you have that time to kind of reflect and observe, and all these ideas come to mind.
Yes, and another one was actually Goldstream Park because of going with class visits every year to Goldstream Park and seeing the salmon get cut up. This is for the spawning. Seeing the fish get cut up and the eyeball being held up and the children all looking through that eye.
Is always my fave. Yes, I know. And the eyeball's in here.
It is in there.
The eyeball makes an appearance. What experience do you hope children have reading Seen Orange?
I hope it will allow them to trust the way they see the world.
I love that, Sarah. Makes me a little teary-eyed. What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, as an artist who teaches Leland some art lessons says, an artist doesn't paint what the world looks like, an artist paint what she or he sees.
I love that.
Yes, and Leland does have a particularly lovely way of seeing the world. Yes, he doesn't have a particularly lovely way of getting his work done. So it doesn't mean that he has
We all know those little boys, yes.
Yes, so he doesn't have to stop seeing the world the way he does in order to get his work done.
School is such a great place to inspire and empower our young people. And there's 2 great Penn students at Belmont who have been encouraged by their friends and family and students at the school to take some of the songs they've written, very meaningful songs, and do something with it. In fact, it's a pretty cool story. They might actually become famous. Who knows? I'll let James Green explain. Thanks for that story, James Green. James has always been such a champion of supporting young artists, whether they're actors or singers or dancers. Love that. We're here at Sir James Douglas School talking to Sara Cassidy, author of the brand new, not award-winning yet, almost award-winning Chocolate Lily. Been nominated for Chocolate Lily, which is a BC Children's Book Award, Seen Orange. It's a very cool book that it really, to me, it personifies so much the creativity and imagination and really the silliness of children. You gonna read us a little something? Go ahead, Sarah.
Thanks. All right. Mr. Carling is Leland's grade 2 teacher. Mr. Carling shoves a piece of chalk into his chalk holder. He writes, November 15th. The backs of his fingers are hairy. His hands are hairy too. And his arms. I wonder if his wrist is hairy under his watch strap. Maybe the strap hides a seam where he's stitched together like a monster. I wonder if any of the other kids wear watches to hide their seams. Sam has one. He could be a Leland. Mr. Carling looks at me hard. I look back at him, but it feels like there are miles between us. Get your listening ears on, he says. Where are the salmon spawning? I don't know, I say. Goldstream River. We're going to see them on Thursday. There will be a permission form for your parents to sign.
I think Leland and I are kindred spirits because I kind of do that all the time. I love it. What a beautiful reading voice you have. I think we need to make this a book on tape. I would listen to this driving into work with my son. One of the things that makes this sort of playful and fun is some of the illustrations. Who was the illustrator, Sarah?
Amy Meissner. She lives up island a little ways, but it's just amazing. She absolutely understood Leland.
Sarah's going to read another little portion of the book in just a moment, but we have to take a very short break. But stay with us because when we come back, Dan Kahn is getting maybe a pie in his face? Welcome back to Go Island. We're here at Sir James Douglas Elementary School, hanging out with author Sara Cassidy, who's just published a children's book called Seen Orange. It is playful, it is funny, it is insightful, it's local. Read us a little bit, Sarah.
I will. Thank you. My grade 1 class went to Goldstream last year. I watched a giant maple leaf whistle down from a tree onto the back of a dead salmon that seagulls had been pecking at. The red leaf landed right on top of the salmon's red wound. Everyone is standing and moving quickly to their desks. I hurry to mine. What are we supposed to do? I whisper to Angela. Write a story about the ocean, she says. Duh. Angela's fire orange hair is in a thick braid down her back. I asked her once if she was a Viking, but she didn't answer. Now her hand scuttles across her page like a crab. I imagine streams of fire running through her, down her arm and out her hand. Her pencil marks are the ash. Let's see what you've done so far, Leland. Mr. Carling is at my desk. I look at my page. It's blank, white as a bandage over someone's mouth. Nothing.
I'm telling you, Leland reminds me so much of myself as a little girl. And our next story, starring Dan Kahn, I bet you could identify with Leland because he's such a creative, imaginative guy. Dan Kahn went to the Laurel Point because there's a big charity event going on. And I just have one hint of what it's all about. Pie in the face. Thanks for that story, Dan Kahn. We are here at Sir James Douglas School talking to author Sara Cassidy. She just published a new book, Seen Orange. It's a children's book that will make you laugh, it will make you think, and it'll make you celebrate the imagination. And you just picked up your son, Alden, from school. And of course, Sarah, this school was where a lot of your creative ideas came from. Just waiting to pick up your son and looking around and thinking, hey, I have a little character in mind.
Yes, absolutely. And Alden, Leland in the book has 2 older siblings, the same way Alden has 2 older siblings, and they're about the ages of Alden's siblings. I get them confused sometimes.
I know, but that's the beauty of being a writer, is you can be innovative and creative and make stuff up, but you have so much material around you that you can steal from.
Yes.
Like having a little boy in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, real cute little boy, I have to say. We have to take a very short break, but please stay with us. When we come back, we're going to head to Port Alberni, where there is a new innovative idea that's going to boost the economy there. It's all about container ships and more with author Sara Cassidy. Thanks for that story, Nancy. I've had so much fun hanging out with Sara Cassidy, author of the new children's book, Seen Orange. Now, Sarah's son, who's 10 years old, is a big reader, and I know that this book might be a little young for you, but have you read it? Are you a fan?
No.
Oh, jeez.
I haven't read it.
Darn. Well, he will.
good.
He's going to get it for Christmas from Sarah. Sarah, if everybody wants to go and get a copy of this book for everybody for Christmas, it really is a fantastic Christmas gift. In fact, it's also a great Christmas gift for those who don't live here because it really celebrates this beautiful city of ours. And it would be fun to give to grandkids. So where can they get it?
At any bookstore, yes,
Yeah.
and online through Orca Book Publishers.
There you go. So pick up a copy of Seen Orange for your kids, for your grandkids, for your friends, your nieces and nephews, or just for yourself, because I think Leland and I are kindred spirits. I want to thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Men's Wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.